Great seeing you here in this last review lesson. We're going to review lesson 19, and lesson 19 is about the principles of critical chain project management. Once this video is finished, the entire course has been completed, and the only thing that you still have to do is to finish the quiz. And once the quiz is finished, you will get your course certificate. Don't forget to claim it because it's important. It will show to the people that you are dealing with, where you are looking for a job, that you completed the masterclass in project management offered by the Costa Academy. But first, let's have a look at what did we see, what did we study in lesson 19. Lesson 19 was about critical chain project management, and I introduced Elia Goldratt, who basically introduced this methodology and created the concept of critical chain project management. Elia Goldratt was not only famous about creating the critical chain project management method, but he also introduced the theory of constraints. And the books are very interesting to read. They're easy to read. They're a kind of story that provides you the information about his theories. There are no formulas, so don't worry about that. Anyway, it's a very important concept, and I will review the things that are very important in here. One of the elements in the course is about human nature and estimations. When we look at the book of Elia Goldratt, we see some elements that are in fact causing issues. And it's about estimations, it's about the student syndrome, it's what's called Parkinson law, it's about multitasking, and also about backward planning. Here we are looking at these different elements. How can we use these to improve our project outcomes? And another item which is very important is what we call no early finishes. We're going to review all these elements in this lesson, and when you have some questions, of course, you can review those specific items. When we look at the different elements, we look at the processes, and a process has what we call a bottleneck. And bottlenecks can cause a lot of issues when we are producing. Goldratt defined the theory, the bottlenecks, the theory of constraints, and what is the effect on the production when a bottleneck fails. So it's a very important element to consider, and I have some examples that we developed in this lesson, and it's very interesting to look at it. It's not only interesting for projects, but also for operations in general. We also calculate the project buffers and the feeder buffers based on the estimations of the activities at 90% and 50%, which provide some additional security when we are doing the project. The project buffers and the feeder buffers will help us to adjust the schedule so that the person working on the project has the possibility to complete the tasks, not parallel, but task after task. We find here the critical chain. The critical chain is basically the person who is doing the different activities, and the planning has been adjusted using the project buffer and the feeder buffers. We also will see how we can do a calculation, how we can find a reduced duration using the project buffers and the feeder buffers, and we see that this has a positive effect on the duration of the project. So this is all explained in the lesson, and you can find more information there. So that's basically what I wanted to share with you. These are the different items that you can find in lesson 19 and that you can review when you need it. It's also the end of lesson 19 and basically the end of the course. So the next lesson is about the review of the different lessons or chapters. That's it for this video, and it's also the end of the course. Thank you, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the following video, the last videos of this course.